Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. We are going to continue our journey in this year-end special program about 36 stratagem. Last time we talked about 暗度陈仓, which is a famed battle strategy back then that earned somebody 汉高祖 the turning point of this competing for the top authority. So basically, the founder of a dynasty of hundreds of years used this strategy 暗度陈仓 to win the battle and eventually become the emperor for hundreds of years of that dynasty, which is Han Chao. And even today, a lot of Chinese identify as ethnicity of Han, if you see, and Chinese characters are used as Han zi. So you see how influential that dynasty is. And this is the battle that about on appearance, you are repairing the bridge over here to show you're going to move here, but actually your main forces are detouring and go around and ambush your enemy. So that's maybe there's a military term for that, but I don't actually know, so I just translate it as ambush. Okay, this 走为上策 is often used in contemporary Chinese. We're saying 36计. So the 36th stratagem, 走为上策. So this is the top. This is the best strategy. And actually, this is just one of the 36, and it applies only to the situation when it's obvious that your enemy is much, much stronger. It's outpower you by a large margin. There's no way that you can win directly. So in a situation like that, when you weigh yourself against your enemy, like there is no chance for you to win, right? Like it's two different. So 走为上策 becomes one strategy then. Okay, we'll come to that later. 走, I translate it as retreat, but actually it means speed walking, basically. We have the food symbol over there with 3 toes that nowadays looks like cactus, but it's 3 toes abstracted. And this is the arch of the food. So basically this, we have 3-finger hand. This is 3-toe food symbol. At the bottom means something related to food work, right? And then here is the image of this striding, big strides figure, kind of starfish figure with a head bend to one side, like forward. So when you're walking fast, your body, like you to keep that momentum, we have to like leaning forward, right? So that captured the motion of big strides, walking fast, and something related to walking, right? So it's, yes, you are on foot, because back then, like who can afford traveling on a vehicle is really rare. So most people on foot. And then we have a great gradient of verbs to describe, yes, you're on foot, but how fast you're walking. And it depends on your speed and also the location of a walking. There are different verbs to describe that. Okay, so I guess walking was a big thing back then. So today, in today's world, 走 becomes just a generic walking. But back then, on the 3-speed level, slow walk, medium walk, fast walk, this is the fast walk. So it's close to run, just walk fast. And it shows on the character here. This is how fast you're walking. Okay, wait. We have pretty complicated image. So right now I'm switching to traditional Chinese, because traditional Chinese, I mean, look a lot more closer than that. Simplified, it's even more. And also I try to show some respect to 36 stratagems because it's our ancient wisdom captured in this very condensed form. And this is just make it special, okay? We came from this complicated image, and that looks like this. this is again 3-finger symbol. So instead of doing this from bottom right frame, this is from top down. So 3-finger kind of top down, right? Hovering down on something. So this is about the hand is operating something. And this structure, like look, this symbol, it almost looks like a bow tie or something, but that's kind of ancient. I would imagine a kind of a plow device to go through the land, plowing through it. So it's kind of metalware, I guess, and then have to use an animal to pull it or your manpower through it. I imagine it's a tough job. So it's like you're holding this device through the land, plowing through the land, either with or without animal help. And then this is the result of the land after you're plowing through it. And then the surface of the soil got loosened, and then that's the next step. You're planting. That's my understanding of agriculture activity. So this hand, I would imagine in this ancient time, because it's like a agrarian society, and the word was built upon the societal behavior back then, right? So farming as the main, like most important, farming back then probably is our high tech today, right? So that's where money came from. That's how people get rich, build wealth and all that. And this farming with a tool to plow through the land, I would imagine that's a pretty specialized skill. And only you have enough power, muscle power, enough knowledge how to plow it efficiently. Probably there are specialized plowers back then even. So this character, this plowing activity was captured into this concept of somebody who do something, makes things happen, that concept. And eventually this make things happen got abstracted as recognizing that's some activity. So that becomes our abstract word of ads. So retreat means fast walking. In the context of this, it means retreat, but fast walking, and recognize that activity as 上 top. So here is a corresponding of English and Chinese. So Chinese have 上 松 下. Vertically, we place top, middle, bottom when we classify things as that's the best portion, the top. Maybe a third, maybe, I don't know how classified, but maybe a third, the middle third, the bottom third, right? So the top third is regarded as 上策. So English too, right? In English, we also classify if we have top, middle, bottom, we use a vertical and regard the top as the perceived better value, better strategy. So top is favored in both cultures. So here we have 上策. Okay, we have the benchmark baseline there, and then we have a vertical line to indicate, yes, it's something positioned over it or above it. And then in the contemporary Chinese, we add one horizontal line to make it visually more complete, at least for the contemporary reader. So there's no confusion. Like right now, the ancient one looks too simple, right? To be a character among all these complicated stroked characters, right? It looks like it needs some weight to it, right? I understand that's why eventually some people add additional stroke on this bare vertical line. So the top concept here in Chinese can mean both the state, like it's already finished, position-wise, location is above it, or it could be dynamic. It means trend-wise, it's going upward. So 上 can in two senses. Okay, in this case, 上策, just like English, this is a top plan. This is the preferred plan. So plan, we have this bamboo image on the top. Very interestingly, we have a grass upward turning curve with a little vertical line in middle. And if we have a downward turning curve, that's our bamboo. So I guess bamboo as a type of plant is special enough to kind of opposing a regular plant symbol, but that make it bamboo, specifically bamboo only. I guess bamboo is significant enough in Chinese culture to have their own symbol, but it's also plant-based, right? But it's bamboo specifically. And then we have this tree symbol. We have the tree. I don't have another tree on this frame, but we have the canopy of the tree and the spacer at the bottom. This arch dome thing means a big space. And then there's this trunk to mark the top portion of the plant. The leaves are away from the ground level. So that's our tree symbol. And now somewhere along the trunk of the tree, there's this horizontal line and there is the spiky things. So this spiky things like indicate, its symbol is abstract, right? So it's indicating the sharp end on the tree. So the tree, I mean the twigs or the edge of something on that trunk or something on the branch sticking out, spiky part. So that's what this means. Okay, so now we have a spiky part of a tree and a bamboo combined together. This was ancient way to, how do you say it? You know, the horse, when you try to give horse a signal, you kind of sting the horse a little bit. And that's the device was used back then. So this spiky, stinky part made of bamboo material was used as this signal sender to the horse. And this signal sending with a sharp device thing eventually means, you know, giving orders or signals to a population. So it becomes like civic plan almost, like you have some planning, something you want to do, and you give signals to the officials to carry out your plan. And so this signaling or this order giving eventually means like the whole planning, and then you give orders on what to do, how to do things like that. And then it becomes top-down motion of order giving or planning. So, okay, 走为上策. Here we use 策 to give you the sense of at the point in military you know, dynamics, when the leader, the top of the army realized there's no way to win, there are three options in front of him. One is to surrender, game is over, you lose, right? One is to make treaties, to make peace, like we come to agreement, try to diplomatically negotiate, right? We cut the line there. Maybe you have more land than me, but we make peace, we don't go into war. Like, okay, we stay put in smaller piece of land, but we call it, you know, stop. So that's another way. So that's the middle way. It's kind of nobody wins, nobody like completely wipe out the other party, right? So that's kind of middle. And then the last one is 走为上策. It's like retreat, don't confront at the moment because you know for sure you're weaker than your enemy. So without surrender, without making peace and call it stop, you still have a chance to win because you choose to stay away from the enemy, you retreat at this point. So you still preserved the possibility of come back another time in another condition to have the possibility of ever winning again. So that's why 走为上策 is regarded as the best plan if you don't want to give up yet. you have to retreat in the situation, and that's the best option among the three to preserve your force or your potential to win. So retreat as top plan came from the top leader, right? Because in a battle situation, I would imagine like some of, battled on the foot level, on the front line level, probably people don't want to retreat, right? They want to battle it out. Could be. So this order have to come from the top decision maker to tell, now it's time to retreat. You have to go. This is regarding the whole strategy, the maneuver. Okay, so this, I put a running image to remind people that 走, even in contemporary Chinese, is generic walking. Like there's no speed value attached to 走. Actually, because today we have 跑is used as running. So 走 was actually means slow walking, almost like. But we do have like a speed walking, like a 竞走, added with a speeder symbol next to it. It could still mean fast walking. But in this context, 走为上策, when it means retreat, you have to retreat quietly and speedily, right? So this 走 means actually the speed, like close to run, I guess. But the run can cause fast and cause, attention, draw attention. So probably here it's still speed walking without causing task as fast as possible. And I put a running picture here just to remind us, like 走 actually means pretty fast walking, close to running, even if it's not run. But in the whole translation of this strategy, I use run, or I could use retreat more accurately, to mean like this is the decision you make to stay away from your enemy, not battle it yet. You run, you retreat. Okay. 开始 into the currency of thinking about one word a day with Sophie. See you another day.